So for most people, they buy their own home and that's normally their first purchase. They buy it in their own name, or they buy it in joint names. That's quite possibly the worst thing you could do, is buy it in joint names, even your own name, unless you've got a lot of serviceability and other factors like low risk job, where you can't be sued personally, so there's no asset protection there, and also you're paying it with after-tax dollars. I never did my own home, and all my money went into all the projects I was doing. So they were treated as investments. So I had massive tax advantages with those. I generated income from those. And with property development, with the structuring, once it's actually set up correctly, and it took me 7 accountants or 6 accountants to get somebody to set it up properly. With property development, the big property developers in Australia actually don't pay any income tax. So you might be a little bit shocked by that, but the biggest property developers don't pay any income tax once the structure's set up. So I'm not going to talk about that. I'm talking about how to buy properties and just keep accumulating more. So every time you buy a property, you want your income to keep increasing, keep accumulating. Same with buying properties. You don't want it to go backwards. So if you buy one property, that shouldn't affect your serviceability when you're being assessed for the next property. And I'm only just talking about residential here, so I'm just going to keep it really simple on residential properties only, because most people invest in residential. So if you buy your property in your own name, number one, you're paying with it for after-tax dollars, whether it's an investment or otherwise. At least investment, you get tax advantages, but you're still paying in after-tax dollars. There is a structure to pay pre-tax dollars, but I'm not going to go into that. Then when you go to buy the second house, whether that's in your own name or not, the bank will assess the first property you bought. So now they're going to assess both properties together and to see whether you can service those. Even if they're both investment properties, the bank will still see each purchase as affecting your serviceability, so reducing your income each time you buy a property. So it's going to reduce. So the only way to have it not reduce is actually keep buying each property in a separate entity. So if you have enough serviceability to buy your own home in your own name, I think it's advantageous if you're wanting to on-sell that home at some point in time and realize the capital tax-free. I think that's the real benefit to buying in your own name, is that you get tax-free advantages with capital gains if you live in that property.